Isn't that a beautiful picture? It's a live shot of that car sitting there in the driveway. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's the car as it looks in your driveway. It's fairly small, about 102-inch wheelbase. It's made up of a lot of different cars, actually. You can see the taillight here is from a Chrysler Sebring convertible. The grill is actually two grills out of a early Honda kind of SUV type of vehicle. Here you can see the exhausts. The exhausts are from Australia, actually. I couldn't find an oval exhaust. Had to go that far to get them. The exhausts are stainless with Borla mufflers. The color is a GM color, and it's called yellow, surprisingly enough. One of the things I think I'm especially proud of in the car is the interior. Even though it's a hand-built car, the interior looks like a production vehicle, wraps around, nicely upholstered. You know, I think that sets it aside from other one-of-a-kind cars along this line. The moldings are all custom made. You'll notice that the headlights are in the rear view mirrors. In the recessed area of the door that you can see here, that paint is has gold and silver metal flake in it. So depending on where the sun hits it and so forth, you'll see different reflections. The scoop is from a Pontiac Firebird hood, and it actually works. It's air passes through it, and it's the air cleaner and so forth. The air intake for the car is right there at that spot. The wheels are MSWs, very nice quality alloy, painted with kind of a silver. Just a nice looking wheel that complements the lines of the car. I think the wheels kind of have some curves, and the car has curves. Everybody asks me what this is in the car, and that is the engine control computer called a CPU, and I mounted it there on purpose so that it would give you the look of a high-tech vehicle, similar to what you see kids do nowadays with amplifiers and all that hanging out of their car. You'll see the name I give the car is Carreva, and Carreva was thought about quite a while, and actually stumbled across the idea of the emblems, because what that is a Dodge Caravan emblem with the N removed, and so you if you purchase the car, you'll have an endless supply of emblems. The windshield is a Honda Civic size, so if you ever break it or something, you can easily replace it. It's a gorgeous car. Get tons and tons of compliments, of course. Many times I see ads for these kinds of cars, they say it's a real showstopper and all that sort of thing. Well, I don't know about showstopper, but I do know in the car shows I go to, especially the outlying around here in North Florida and that, where they're mostly street rods and stuff like that, my car gets more attention than any of those. I've won, and I'll post some pictures. I've won a best of show with the car, and many other assorted trophies. The front tires are they're 255 4017s, highly rated sport comp tires. The rear tires are 285 4017s. There, we're getting a little sun to cooperate with us here in the early afternoon here in Florida, and you can see the car. I think the design with the roll bars, incidentally, the roll bars inside of these areas behind the seats are extra heavy, specially designed for the car by a drag race frame manufacturer. So it's the same kind of steel that they use in a dragster. As you can see, you can look through the Lexan. This is Lexan. This is Lexan. I was very concerned when I built this car. Living in North Florida, it gets very hot, very muggy, and so I wanted something that I wouldn't have to worry about overheating. And believe me, this car is perfect. It runs cool as a cucumber. The air flows over the car through this grill. This grill, by the way, is from a Chrysler product, roof air conditioner in an SUV that was the perfect size to fit in this area. Then the radiator, as you can see, is in the back, furthest back part of the car, and it has two fans, and that's the radiator that came out of the actual Cadillac, where the engine came out of. That's another feature of the car. I have the exact Cadillac electronics in this car, wired specifically. I have the owner's manual, the big thick manuals, the ones the car dealers use. I have two of them, and you can follow the wire harness information in that book, and it'll be exactly what's in this car. So what that gives you is all of the features of the Cadillac, of a '96 Cadillac, which was limp home feature and run on without, you could end up with no fuel in the car, or no coolant, and it would stay cool long enough to get 50 miles or something like that. Lots of nice Cadillac features. You can look at and see your mileage and all that information that's normally on a late model car. The light switch, as you can see, is in the door if you look just left of the steering wheel, and also the switches for the headlights. The car has a rear view mirror, a rear view camera, and it stays on 100% of the time like a rear view mirror, and there you can see the small screen that's used to actually look out the back of the car. The circular hole you see there is an electric key. That's a key operated lock for the driver's side door only, so when you have the top on it and you lock the car, you could use that to get in. There's the car has a Jensen radio, 200 watt. I don't use it. There's two speakers under the dash that probably need replacing if you wanted to really pour some music on it, but again, it does have a radio for those of you that like radios. The interior is a nice quality vinyl. I want it that way in case I got rained on, which I have gotten rained on here in Florida from time to time, and it stays nice. One important thing here is that the driver's compartment is small. If you're over probably about 5'10", you're going to have trouble driving this car unless you want to take the pedals and move them somewhere or something like that. This is for a smaller person, so keep that in mind if you're interested in the car. It's a real Momo steering wheel. It's a tilt, light controls, turn signals, all that stuff are on there just like a regular everyday Cadillac. The rear bumper is from a Bonneville, can't remember what year, that we used it as the mold that should be. The area we dropped in the center was our creation to make space for the license plate. As I look at the car, I can't remember all the different things we have in it. The side windows are real glass. They were custom made. They had to have the glass made. Nothing on this car was inexpensive. All the nuts and bolts are stainless steel. That would make sense to make stainless steel. In some cases in the suspension and so forth are case hardened and so forth, but everything else could possibly be a stainless steel. We use silicone in the frame to the body so the car doesn't squeak. It's pretty quiet actually for a car this type. The other thing you should remember is the car is not particularly fast. It's got the Cadillac 280 horse motor, North Star, runs like a top. It's very nice. It's got a 4-speed transmission. The car weighs 2,950 pounds. But with that transmission and so forth for a regular sedan, it's not lightning fast. Plenty fast for me, but it's not a race car, and if you're looking for a race car, this isn't it. Here is the front of the car. Maybe we can catch a little of that sparkly metal flake there. I don't know if you can see it. Very clear to me here, so hopefully you'll be able to see it there. See the car all opened up. Has suicide doors, and you can see the upholstery there, very nice. There's not much up front. Don't know if I can catch some of the suspension there. You can see it. Here is the engine compartment. You can see the nice panels we made to show off the engine. See the various parts for your cooling system fill, power steering, engine oil fill. All there handy, well marked. Here you can see the radiator fan at the rear of the car. Here's a side view of the car with all of the openings opened. Creates a lot of attention at car shows when you do this. Appreciate you looking. It's a wonderful car, lots of fun. So if you're looking for something to have fun with and enjoy and have something that's really different, you go to a car show or something like this, or you go anywhere and people want to know what kind of car it is, and you can begin to tell them all the story, all the different parts that are in the car. And it's a one-of-a-kind car. This is the only one there is. All of the molds, to the best of my knowledge, have been destroyed or reworked. You cannot build this car again unless you took this car and made molds from it. And so you've got an original one-of-a-kind car. It is not a kit, although it's similar to a kit in that it was built by hand. The difference is this car, there's no copies. You might think of this car as the first kit, and there was never another one made. So you might think of it that way. But a kit is usually a copy of some other car. You know, they make a copy of a Ferrari, or they make a copy of this or that. This car is not copied. This is an original car. The dimensions, everything, the width, the way it flares out in the back, these are all my ideas. How this car was put together and the lines and so forth were a combination of my ideas and another fellow who was a fiberglass expert. So there is not another car like this anywhere. This is a one-of-a-kind original vehicle. And wouldn't that be cool in your driveway? I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.